On this episode of the Five Paragraph Podcast, I, your host, Michael J. Penney, am joined by Mr. Bryan Jacobs of Revelingmeals.com. Check out Revelingmeals.com. Get a feel for their mission. He's a fellow veteran. He's a Navy corpsman. Coming out of that, he has a harrowing backstory that led to successful veteran-focused organizations, and now working as the founder of Revellemeals.com. So, Mr. Bryan Jacobs, fellow veteran, welcome to the Five Paragraph Podcast.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. And you said it right. It's so funny how many people don't know how to say Reveille. It's they're like, how do you even say that? I'm like, look, we'll get into that. So, but welcome to the awakening, as I say.
There it is. Love it. All right. Cool. So you come out of the U.S. Navy. You served from 99 to 05, if I'm not mistaken. And we were kind of chatting a little bit because I'm a Marine. I know how it goes. Navy corpsman, right? You know, and I asked you, did you volunteer to be a Navy corpsman? Was that something that you were ushered into? How did that trip work?
Oh, man. It's so funny because I look back on it, and if you look in, you can see Navy corpsman is actually the second hardest school in the United States Navy, and it's after BUD/S. And so because of not only do you just, you get challenged mentally, emotionally, physically, knowledge-based, it is a no joke. And I started out with 77 people in my class. It was day one, minute one. I had no clue what FMF was. I had no clue what my next steps were. I just knew I was going into Navy medicine. That was it. And I was sold was hot young nurses and young doctors, and a good-looking guy like you is going to be okay. So I was like, sign me up. And I got to core school, minute one. A chief walks in. I'll never forget him. His name was Chief Noon. And then there was a recon corpsman named H1 Knight. Never forget him either. And they walk in, they said, the average lifespan of a Navy corpsman in combat is 30 seconds after the first shot's fired. 99% of the males in this classroom are going to Fleet Marine Force. Who wants to leave? And I'm looking around this classroom and you could just see the utter shock in people's faces. And there's 77 of us. And so I raised my hand, because I don't know what to do in this point, but raised my hand because I remember being told it was optional. And so I say, he goes, you want to leave? And I said, Chief, I was told it was optional. He goes, that's your option. And I said, good to go. And he goes, do you want to leave? And I said, no, Chief, I'm good.
Wow.
And
so the journey started.
So we started with 77, graduated 22. Out of that 22, 17 of us went out to Fleet Medical Service School, either West Coast, East Coast, depending on what happens. In my class, only 7 graduated, and you're joined by other classes that are waiting to class up, and it's back to boot camp immediately. It's trash cans, it's gunnies. I don't even know what a gunny is at the time, and I don't know what a staff NCO is. I don't know what an NCO is. I don't know what a Lance Corps. I don't know nothing. All I know is I ended up back in boot camp, and but then they train you in Marine Corps. Basically everything it takes to be a Marine. We go through the ranges, we go through, field survival, McMap, we go through, plus we have to learn all the battlefield medicine on top of everything.
Right.
And out of that, 7 graduated that were from my class. So, wow. And then it's out to the fleet, and then you have to actually earn your respect first. Pay your dues, and then hopefully someone finds you a validity and goes, hey doc, you earned this, and you get your EGA. There
you go. Oh my goodness, that is so great. I love corpsmen so much. I truly do. We don't have any healers, and we don't have any clergymen in the Marine Corps. We rent them from the Navy, as we so affectionately put it. And doc is the most affectionate term. Anybody who rates being called doc, I affectionately call doc, especially our FMF corpsmen that are out there.
I appreciate
the Fleet Marine Force corpsmen. So because it's very difficult, it's taxing, being a Marine Corps infantryman, looking over at doc, and some of them, I'm telling you, they did not sign up for it. They're just, they were along for the ride.
Yeah, I loved it. I just embraced every bit of it. you know, my Marines are going through the suck, I'm gonna go through the suck. You know, that's just, and you know, when I became a senior line corpsman, my juniors that I brought on, I made their suck worse than mine,
Yeah.
because I knew what it meant to go down range and not have the trust from your Marines, knowing if their lives are going to be saved. And there is a standard, and it's you know, no disrespect to the Corps, love you guys, but you know, I've always told all my baby docs that were like, hey, if you're going to survive here, you got to be able to carry his pack, his gear, and drag this motherfucker out of here,
Yeah.
because that's where you're going to get your respect. I said, you run faster, you lift more, you know more, and you're always there before a Marine. And I said, I don't care what you got to do, but that's the standard you have. And it was important because, you know, when things got real, they knew, you know, there was trust, and that was the most important thing downrange.
Outstanding. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're talking with Bryan Jacobs. He's the founder at Revelingmeals.com. He's Navy corpsman turned entrepreneur. And as we're moving forward here, for folks who are new to the 5-paragraph show, this is based on the military operations order. I'm a Marine. I've got a Navy corpsman with me. This is awesome. So we're going to go through the 5 paragraphs as we know and love them. And we're going to start off with Bryan Jacobs, Revelingmeals.com. We're in the situation paragraph. We're under enemy. This is the problem opportunity statement. This is the big whopping need that you are out there fighting on a daily basis. So what do you see out there as your big problem opportunity?
You know, right now, you know, I'm also a chef, and that's the biggest thing. You know, I'm a chef, but I'm also a change maker. I'm an impact driven guy. I mean, that's what Doc is, right? You know, he wants to save the world. And that part of me never really left. There's so much going on in the world right now. And my industry as a chef has been just totally decimated as far as hospitality goes. It's sad. We have so many empty establishments. We have a crisis in a way. And you know, I have a personal crisis I dealt with. You know, I lost my younger brother to veteran suicide 6 years ago. And there's this thing about me that said, you know, I tell my story and I tell people food saved me. But that means it's so many other ways aside from having a career, having a purpose, having something to believe in. But there was something that changed from the inside out. Something the way I was fueling my mind, something the way I was fueling my body, something the way I was giving my brain energy, the way I was balancing endorphins, balancing serotonin levels. And that's what I want to start to do. I want to start to help people guide through life being balanced, coming back to homeostasis, as I say, or back to what normal it can be, and but do it through food, and be able to impact someone from internally that creates an external force. And this is kind of what Reveille Meals is planning to become. It's an idea right now that it's a healthy lifestyle on the go service, that because we all live our lives on the go. I mean, I don't care when you leave the house or when you get back, but the biggest issue we have, we don't fuel ourselves for success. And what I've seen with being a chef, I mean, most chefs are overweight, they're not in shape. It's easy. It's so easy that, and I hate to say it like this, but to hack yourself. And so it's really turned into more of a biohacking you company. And for right now, we're rocking and rolling as just a healthy lifestyle meal alternative that you get to enjoy yourself and make a difference just by eating. And with that, we started a nonprofit about 3 years ago. After I lost my younger brother, I decided to do something that was very purposeful in the fact of, you know, when food saved me, this is the first part of how food saved me, was that it chose me as a career. It chose me to pick up from a homeless place and say, hey, you can do something with yourself. These hands have gifts. This mind has a gift. And it was a calling. And when I lost him, I just wanted to make a difference. And I started a very like rudimentary boot camp. And I was just like, I'm going to save lives. I'm going to give passion and purpose through food to my fellow brothers and sisters that are homeless, displaced, and living this second chance life like my brother was. And little did I know that it would just start to grow. It would start to kind of evolve into something a lot bigger, where I realized that what I did also was I changed my behaviors, I changed my habits, I changed my daily practice, I changed my evolutionary process of my daily everything in order to get out of that dark spot I was in. And I said, this is part of that tool, you know. So Vet to Success, which is our nonprofit, founded a program called Vet to Chef. We have Vet to Brew, Vet to Grow, and we also have another coming out that will be Vet to Bake. We'll see how that goes. Baking is a little bit different, but it gives a little bit of passion, purpose. It gives culinary trade, but we teach you not to see yourself for what you are, but what you become. And that's a big thing as a chef. You have to have creativity, and you have to be able to forecast your mind and make things happen and foresee them, be able to draw them, write them, discuss them, visualize them. All these teachings that we need in life. And so
Absolutely.
I set up this crazy thing called the Recipe for Success. It is a process where you learn to look at yourself and the things you go through, the things you love about you, the things you want to help grow about you, and you change your recipe, you change your ingredients, you change where you get them from, and you leave the ones that you like alone. Boom, you're going to use those in your new practice, but we have to start to change the way you're seen. And we practice this, not to mention we do jiu-jitsu, they have gym memberships, they have rowing, they have yoga, they have alternative medicine opportunities, holistic medicine opportunities, acupuncture, massage. These are the things that you have to put into practice in order to ideally flip the switch. And then the food, the nutritional density of what you're eating, and understanding where your food comes from, and realizing that when you put junk in, junk comes out, junk
Right.
fills. And, you know,
Well,
it's like this.
so this is excellent though. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you're segueing
Great.
perfectly. Bryan Jacobs, Revelingmeals.com. We're going into the mission of how, you know, what is your big mission, and then rolling into how you apply this though, because this is exactly right. You've outlined the situation very well, coming out of the military, that tragedy within the background, and coming out of this living a life of purpose, which rolls into revelingmeals.com, your mission statement. And it doesn't need to be verbatim, but what is the mission of revelingmeals.com as we usher in to how you actually execute this?
So the mission of Reveille Meals really is to help people live a healthy lifestyle on the go, all while making a difference by doing what they love, eating. And
Right. Myself included.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And the difference being made is that those veterans who graduate from the Vet to Chef program, and when I brought up that the industry has been decimated, so my veterans who were working, who were in jobs, who were stable in all aspects of their environment, have now been kind of uprooted too. And I said, I've got to fix this. I got to do something where I can help the world. I can help people living their lives. I can get back to doing what I need to do to help them, those who I've already committed my personal guarantee that I'm going to help you live the best life you can. And I let people get involved that way, because most people don't have extra time and don't have extra money, and it's okay. But most people want to be selfish about what they spend their money on. They want to invest in themselves, and I want to let them do that. And if you can invest in yourself and help give a veteran a job, help them find a new mission, and all you get to do is invest in yourself and your health and your external force and how you grow, and you eat great food that makes you feel great, that has a great purpose, everybody's winning.
Well, absolutely. Well, okay. So, folks, if you're listening to Mr. Bryan Jacobs here with revelingmeals.com, please go to revelingmeals.com. It's right here on the video. I gotta sound off for the people who are listening to us. But REVEILLE meals.com, right? Reveille. And Reveille, so that folks understand, Reveille that's getting up in the morning. That's the get up and go.
Yeah, it's an awakening, actually. It's a French term, and it's réveil. Is how you say it in French, and it's to arise, to awake. And my mission behind this is to awaken the community, awaken your body, awaken your mind, awaken this thing that everybody's starting to chase, which is purpose. You know, a lot of people, you know, I pointed out, they don't know who they are. They don't have identity. They want to get back. They want to feel good. Everybody has that in them, but they don't know how to start. This is a business that does it for you, that you just by taking initiative and being, and I hate to use the word selfish, but this is okay, because in order to grow as a person, you have to be selfish and invest into yourself first. That's the whole, you know, I put the mask on so I don't pass out on the airplane, so you get your mask,
Yes.
you
Love that
know. So
analogy.
yeah, so this works very well in this situation. I got to feed my soul and feed my body, and at the same time, that money I invest into this company is actually going to make a difference in someone's life, instead of,
Absolutely.
and that's really, you know, where the awakening comes, is because you know, being in a nonprofit world, love it, but I realized, and we got nonprofit of the year just recently, a year, just the past year. um, I realized that I still could do what I love and make a difference in the world through good business. I just had to have a map, and I just had to have a strategic plan and go out there and execute the plan. Gotcha, you're back.
There we go. Technical difficulties.
That
Hey,
happens.
we're all about the planning here at 5paragraph.com. I definitely understand what you mean by that. But here's the thing with Reveille Meals. Okay, now I was on there. I've been on there before, revelingmeals.com. You're a customer, let's say, for instance. What are they going to experience? What is that customer experience when they get to the website? They're choosing meals. Is this comes in a
Mhm.
box, get to choose what you want, different recipe breakdown? Give us a little bit of functions and features.
Sure. You know, right now, Reveille Meals is really rudimentary. I actually started the business in February. And so I started in the midst and the height of COVID and everything shutting down and nobody, you know, and I'm like, okay, I've got to do something because this ain't going to work for me. So I figured out, and I said, you know, what can I do? Because seriously, all these people are going to still want to live this lifestyle. They're still going to need their food. They're not cooking at home. I've got it, but I don't know what everybody wants. That's the problem. And at the same time, I can't go out and compete against an Italian restaurant, a French restaurant, all these people who, you know, though I have the background education, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same. I can't offer the same experience, but what I can do is offer them the alternative to that experience, which is the best damn food made from the best damn quality products from the most local of the area that you're going to find, and make sure they understand what they're doing when they do eat. The hard part is, you know, with anything, especially with what I'm actually turning Reveille Meals is becoming, is the education part, right? Too much, too fast, you get scared, you don't want to click buttons, you're like, whoa, this is outside of my wheelhouse. Is this a magic potion? So I said, you know what? I'm going to leave it as is until we're ready to launch this biohack perspective. So we're offering you clean food. We're offering you made from scratch food. We're offering you 3 different recipes that are our cheat meal, our comfort food, and our vegetarian option. Not to mention our Alpha Athletic menu, which is this lifestyle that people tend to want to lead when they want to go, you know what? I love the gym. I like being outdoors. I like feeling good. I like being healthy in my birthday suit. I'm going to help you be all those things through our Alpha Athletic. Now, not everybody likes to cook. We know that. And comfort, everybody needs a little comfort, especially right now. I said, I'll offer a comfort meal, and then we'll offer that cheap. And then for all of my vegetarian friends, which look, who hate getting vegetables on top of pasta, we said, you know, we'll take another level. You know, we do high-end dishes, we do stuff this and stuff that, and white sauce lasagnas with summer grilled vegetables, and we put a lot of love into things because, yet again, you still have quality, you still have standards. So it's a really fun piece that every week you get some surprises. It's kind of like Amazon showing up unplanned. You know, you're like, ooh, I can't wait to see what they cook this week because
Right.
I'm so excited to have these meals. The alpha is I know who I am. I know what I want. This, and this. We have 4 proteins. We have 3 veg. We have 4 carbs, and we have 4 sauces. It's expanding to 7 proteins, 7 sauces, 7 carbs, and then 8 starches. And so now you're going to have a bigger boat to choose from, as I say. Now you're like, okay, cool. Well, this week I'm a pork loin, roasted fingerling with some chimichurri. And you know what? Throw some quinoa on there because I like to get busy, you know? And yeah. So, but you get to customize these items because see, it's not about me. It's not about what I
Right.
want to cook. It's about what you want to cook. And what Reveille is going to eventually go into is this whole understanding of exactly who you are from the inside out. That's the biggest
Excuse me.
thing. Oh, you're fine. Because we can agree that Motrin doesn't work for everybody, right?
Oh, totally.
So, and I had to think
Amen.
about that when I did this business. I was like, 800 milligrams just did not do it for some of my Marines.
Oh
It had
my
to be
goodness. I was one of
1600.
those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so you knew your body, and you would tell me, Doc, it's not working, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go 1.5, and nothing. 2, you're like, yeah, that felt good, and and that's the thing is like I don't know you, I don't know your body, I don't know what your
Yeah.
body's how it absorbs. So Reveille's being built from the inside out that way, and partnering with really strategic companies that are really AI focused, in the fact of creating a new you, and with just great lifestyle
Yeah.
opportunities.
That's interesting. Okay, so we've officially gotten through the execution paragraph of revelingmeals.com, and we're moving on into admin and logistics
Mm,
because we've gotten through the functionality of things, right? Stick
yep.
us with a price. What are people talking about here? You're going to revelingmeals.com. Let's say, and you can check this out. Don't just take my word for it, but Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, right? You can go through the meal set as you've got
Yep.
on there, which I thought it was pretty interesting how you put that on there. Folks, go check out revelingmeals.com. But
Please.
on average, what are we talking about for a price point here? Typically, what are we looking at as far as, say, what's the frequency, stuff like that?
Exactly. So great questions. So I designed this because here's the thing. I don't believe in interrupting your life, but I believe in bringing something to your life. So we deliver only 1 day a week. We deliver Sundays. Now, here's the great thing. Everything's made from scratch, and it's made so close to what Sunday is that I think I sleep maybe 5 hours sometimes. But I'm not complaining. I'm actually pretty happy about it. I get 5 hours. I'm good. But what happens is that all orders are due by Thursday of that week by midnight. What that allows me to do is choreograph this orchestra of food that has to happen. And you order in, your order comes through the queue, it gets separated into where it's going to go. We buy all our items on Friday. There is nothing that is held over. There is no extra food laying around. There is no sauce that's been in there for a week. Everything is made from scratch on Friday and Saturday. You get boxed up Saturday by 2 o'clock in the morning. You're set, ready to go, and you're on your way to delivery Sunday morning. Now, right now, we're only offering a local delivery in the Florida, Sarasota, Tampa, Northport. This whole kind of like West Coast is the best coast of Florida right now opportunity, but that's going to change rather quickly because we see the need to be able to help people live a certain life. And we're seeing that people are really, and this is McDonald's for you, right? They did what they did best. They sold hamburgers and French fries, right? I'm going to do what we do best. We're going to sell a great lifestyle opportunity because we're speeding up in life. We're not slowing down, and this is why fast food continues to thrive. So, not to necessarily want to say I want to challenge fast food industry because my food's just unapologetically better because that's what we go by,
Right.
and we're giving people the opportunity to get meals delivered to you every Sunday. When we do ship, it'll probably be Monday deliveries, come in a cold chip box on dry ice because we want to not kill anybody. Very important. And
Right.
the process will go into a kind of a reoccurring order piece where you can order it for up to 3 months, be billed weekly. You can order for a month, be billed weekly, or you know what? You may not need the meals every week, and you want to order as you want. So you can order weekly as new menus come out. You can alter your menus as you go. So we'll just say you get tired of the fingerlings, the pork loin, and the chimichurri and the quinoa. You're like, I'm going to be fancy. I'm going salmon this week, and you can do that. So there's going to be these options that are going to allow you to have this. Right now, we have a really great staff that's working with me. I've got delivery drivers that are awesome volunteers. When I say volunteers, they're amazing. I mean, nothing's for free, let me tell you, but I call them volunteers because yet again, you have to want to serve.
Right.
And Reveille is a food service. And so you have to have that mindset, even coming into this business. We're in the business of serving people. So,
Excellent. This is
yeah.
outstanding. This is great. I love how you have concentrated, saturated model. Here's the growth model. We understand that it's coming. We know and are prepared to be able to facilitate that. So if
Yep.
you're on the west coast of Florida right now, and then you're good. You're within the market scope of revelingmeals.com.
Yep.
Please check them out and be a part of the organization. For everyone abroad, check out revelingmeals.com. See their mission, see their scope, see their meals, and see how they're doing it better than your alternatives that are out there. Now, for you, Bryan Jacobs of revelingmeals.com, how can people connect with you if they want to help business development wise to their mission, something along those lines? Are you available on social media for direct link up?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook as Chef Bryan Jacobs. You have to go through, that's my professional page. My friend page is maxed out, unfortunately. So we'll figure that out later. But Chef Bryan Jacobs is wide open. You get a lot of learning about who I am, but also the kind of food that goes into Reveille. Because I do my own fermentation. We do our own sourdoughs from scratch. And so we do all these things that go into the food already. And we
Right
just
on.
don't go crazy about it. Because yet again, scares people. I can say kimchi, and people are like, "Yes, love it," and I'm like fermented carrots. They're like, "What? Whoa,
Right.
calm down." So,
Right.
but yeah. So Chef Bryan Jacobs on Facebook, Chef Bryan Jacobs on Instagram, and then there's Reveille Meals Facebook, Instagram, Vets to Success, Instagram, Facebook, and then of course LinkedIn. Please reach out, find me. Bryan Jacobs on there as well, and then Reveille Meals does have its own subset. Going through a little bit of a branding change right this second. I really did a major shift with, I wanted my brand to say, that looks patriotic. That looks something that I want to learn about. And so we did a brand shift in new colors. You'll see that the logos have recently changed, the colors, the ideals, the piece that I want people to also understand that when they do eat through us, they're not just, they're taking care of people in this country, in their backyard. We're solving local issues with local opportunities, with local money, doing the things that we should be doing. And to me, that's where we need to start, really.
Oh, that's excellent. That is truly excellent. And I would tend to agree. We are focused on that similar crowd. That's one of the reasons why I see such an alliance here with our audience members and those fine people who have the ability to be your customers at revelingmeals.com. I know that I've got a lot of business connections and a lot of listeners that are down in that side of Florida, especially. So, folks, go check out Bryan Jacobs and revelingmeals.com. Be sure to connect with them on LinkedIn. And it's all about that value add, value gets, right? That reciprocity that comes out of it.
Yep.
So it's excellent. I definitely commend you on your mission and I applaud you. And veteran to veteran, I'm proud. Yeah,
Thanks,
it's
brother.
one of those things. I love seeing fellow veterans succeed. So
Yeah.
this is outstanding, brother. I really do appreciate you coming here on the 5 Paragraph Podcast. Thank you for sharing with us.
No, thank you for having me. And it's, I don't have a whole lot of words. I mean, it's one of these things. It's we're bigger, better together, and that's what I live by. And this is why I tell people, I started a nonprofit first, but it taught me so much more than just being a nonprofit. It taught me a different level of empathy and I guess you can say the perspective of integrity of how business should exist. And there is no paychecks out of that success. Reveille's young, so you imagine what that looks like, right? But I know that there's growth, and I know there's change to be had, and I know there's impact to be made through what we do. And I'm excited to be able to partner, work with. I don't know everything, but I'm willing to be taught, educated, and learn constantly because that's what we do best. And definitely, I'm looking forward to meeting people. Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking the time to have me interview this, and then just thank you for the support. And brother, I think this is a great thing you're doing with the 5 Paragraph, because it is it's boom, 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 execute, learn, boom, 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 learn, boom, 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 and you start to whittle down the mistakes, and then you start to fine tune the machine, and then the plan comes to fruition. And that's why I tell people it's okay to mess up when it's this big, because soon you're going to hack away and it's going to be like, oh, this is getting better, faster, quicker, more condensed. And then the vision comes, and then the growth comes, and then oh my God, what have I done?
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. So this is really awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. And folks, listeners, if you're interested in seeing our full and complete interviews with business leaders like Bryan Jacobs with Revelingmeals.com, be sure to join the 5P Inner Circle. Go to 5paragraph.com right now. Get the book. Be a member of the Inner Circle. Get an advisor session with me, Mike Penney. We will ramp things up for you and get your business squared away. It's all about just simply employing the 5P military management method for the modern workforce. So folks, check it out right now at 5paragraph.com. I thank each and every one of you for being a part of the 5P family. Thank you for subscribing, rating, and reviewing our show. You can find us on YouTube, where I hope you subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications on all of our recent episodes, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM, and all of these other wonderful outlets that you love listening to podcasts. Be a member of the 5P Inner Circle. Get all of this great gouge immediately the second that it leaves the studio. Thank you, folks. Thank you for being a part of this. And until next time, take care and be well.